I'm Jess. I'm a nurse and a mom with a passion for flipping furniture. I'm using that passion to pay my way to gain my master's in nursing. So join me in this journey and let's flip this script. So I had my eye on a super cute dresser, but I missed out on it on Marketplace because I was at work. But the person who claimed it didn't show up, so we are headed to go and get it. Ooh, you can hear that squeak, but such a cute piece, covered in veneer. Even the handles are covered in veneer. Oh boy, I got my work cut out for me on this one. All right, so after I posted the YouTube video, realized I've been filming it like this rather than like this, so we'll fix that. I started chipping this off yesterday, but it is so freaking adhered, and it's gonna take me 70 years. So I think I'm going to use Bondo, fix these areas, and then go from there. Doesn't this remind you, remember those huge white jawbreakers in like the 90s and the 2000s where you'd lick them and they'd change colors? That's what that reminds me of. Anyways, side note. So I'm going to fill it in with Bondo, and hopefully we can bring her back to life, because I think taking this veneer off is so glued down that even the iron check didn't work, and I don't want to damage it. Plus there's, I think, 4 drawers, and this will just be a huge pain. So I have a different idea. I'm thinking black and exposed wood accents are going to be the way to go here. First coat of Bondo is on. Definitely gonna have to do a second coat, particularly there. So Bondo is supposed to dry and be sandable in 15 minutes, but because it's very cold here today, it's going to have to be probably about 30 minutes before I sand and recoat, particularly this large jawbreaker hole. That's what sucks about changing your design plan after you've already started. Adding this in as I edit because I forgot to include footage of this, but after sanding I wiped the piece down with a damp microfiber cloth before I primed it with a bin water-based primer. I let that dry and then I sanded that down with a 220 grit sandpaper just to get any bumps out of the primer. Then I wiped it down again with a microfiber cloth before I started painting. And I know I had planned to go with a black or a dark color, but that's kind of what I go to all the time. So I decided to step out of my comfort zone and try Mineral Fusion Paints Algonquin, which is just such a pretty warm, almost like a taupe. And I really love how this came out. As you can see when I get excited as I continue to paint. And I'm using the zebra brushes. And these were brand new, which makes me so happy when I get to use a new brush, just because it is fresh and just goes on so nicely. I really like these brushes. So it's sanded down again with a 220 grit sandpaper just to get all those little bumps again, and then I'll wipe it down with a wet cloth, and then I think we'll need one more coat just to cover little areas. And then these I painted the same color, which I don't know, I may end up painting these black because the little ends are gold, but I haven't decided that yet. So we'll see. Either I'll leave it like this and then either do like a champagne gold or a black tip, or I'll keep the gold and then spray paint this black, or paint this black rather. So I'm not really sure. I just think the black would really pop against this, but we'll see. We have a clinger here, and this isn't sponsored, but this is one of the reasons I've fallen in love with paint, because the VOC is like 0. So when I am painting with one hand with little guy beside me, I don't have to worry about the fumes that he's breathing in, and myself as well. So the only time I will wear a respirator when I'm using mineral fusion paint is if I am spraying it, because it turns the paint into aerosol particles, which you can breathe in, which are obviously dangerous. But yeah, that's a reason I'm loving mineral fusion paint. The other reason is, look at how good this is. This is the second coat. I've barely used, like, I have that much left. So a little goes a long way, and it's just such a good paint. I love it. I've just finished doing a little sand with my 220 grit sandpaper. I just put it over my sanding block, and I just do it between every layer just to knock down any imperfections that may be there. And then I take a wet microfiber cloth, and I just, or I guess damp microfiber cloth, and then I just wipe off any dust that was kicked up with the sanding. And then I'm about to start my second coat. I'm really excited about this color. Okay, we're doing my trick again, boiling the hardware in vinegar. I do this to take off any old paint and ugly finish that's just been put on there. I don't know if it'll work for these. I hope so, because I know there's champagne gold underneath. And if this doesn't work, then I'm just going to spray paint them all either champagne or black. So that's where we're at. So while I did my best to clean these up, they were just so tarnished. I couldn't save them. They were kind of just looked really rough. So after trying with the steel wool, it just, yeah, it looked worse and worse. So I ended up priming these with automotive primer and then spray painting them gold. And then I did several coats like that, thin coats, letting them dry for hours and hours between coats, and then sealing it with Rust-Oleum matte top coat. And I did a couple layers of that. doesn't have to be super neat, because then I'm going to take my lint-free cloth here. I should start on this side and wipe it. I'm just doing a simple whitewash because then when I add oil, it's not going to get all orange or yellow, which is, I don't want those golden tones, and this whitewash is gonna help keep those at bay. Oh geez, worst camera angle, sorry guys. That's gonna be it for this flip. I just got it listed on Marketplace. I'm hoping that it sells quickly, but not really, because I love it. So I won't be mad if it stays in our home. I really love this piece. It's super neutral, and I have a tendency to stick with blacks and dark grays and moody greens. So this was kind of out of my comfort zone, but I absolutely love how it turned out. And we're gonna go ahead and go and eat some supper and have a bath, because somebody needs a bath. You wanna say bye? Wave bye. Bye-bye.